Okay, we're looking at the Earleys website after just having installed WordPress and WooCommerce. And this is what we see. So notice the graphic here. This is their default graphic for WooCommerce, which is not what we want because it's basically someone selling lots of different clothing products. So just a couple things if you're responsible for developing a new website. Let's just have a look at. It's built here with Storefront, that's the theme, and WooCommerce, that's the plugin. So that gives you the shopping functionality. The Storefront gives you the look and feel of how this looks. So we're just going to play around with a couple of things. One of them, notice that this site is not secure, although we have signed up for an SSL certificate. Also notice that there's no home button, there's no logo, and this image doesn't really relate. So the most obvious thing, if I look at this and I think I'm a beginner, the most obvious thing I see is this edit this section button here. And if I look around for other buttons, that's the most obvious. So I'm going to click on it. Now, I haven't done this for a month or so, so my feeling is it'll be very similar or the same as clicking Customize here. Let's take a look. I'll go edit this section. Now, the reason I'm doing this is I'm guessing that it's going to change this background image here. Let's take a look. So it's loading up an edit. In fact, so what it's doing here is it's just enabling us to edit this welcome page. The welcome page is the home page. So, and you know, WordPress evolves, it's updated regularly. So I'm going to highlight a couple of things. I'm going to click in here and just point out that this is like a traditional builder. This is like how the builder always used to look. This is like ribbons with different tools and functionalities. And notice when I click here, I go from heading 3 style to paragraph style. But also notice that all your other tools are here on the left. And we're in the pages and we're editing pages. And over here, this is relatively new. This is like the last year or so. It shows us that we're editing a classic block. Classic means this style, this look and feel. And it's a block. And if we go to document, it's pretty much everything about the entire page. Now, I'm just going to scroll down as far as I can go, and I can't go much further. And I just wanted to have a look at the featured image. I'm going to click on this little arrow. And this is the featured image that we saw. So that's actually what I want to replace. And if you can tell from this, this featured image can be different for each page. So I'm just going to very quickly remove this. I can either just remove it or replace it straight away. If I remove it, I can then publish the page and we'll see how it looks. So we might do that. So I'm just going to right click on where it says view page, open it in a new tab, which will be here. I'll click on the new tab and it's loading the website. That's basically what we saw before. So I'm going to go back to this page and I'm simply going to remove the featured image and I'm going to publish. It confirms that it'll be public, etc. and I'll go publish. Now I can click view page here, but web designers usually like to have 2 pages. This is the page before we made the change. If I reload it, this is the page after the change. Notice there's just no background image. That's the only difference there. Very simple. So if we go here, we then close this, we go to the document information, we go featured image, and this time we go and find some of the images that we have for Earleys. Now, nothing here is in our image library or media library at the moment. Notice this is the default product image. These are some images that we've had a little play with. I'm going to upload a file. I'm going to select them from my computer. I'm going to go to Earleys and I'm going to pick one of these images that we brought across from Telstra Online Essentials. And I want to try and increase the preview size as much as possible so I can get a much better idea of what these images are. So Again, we want something that kind of reflects what we do, and ideally with some people in it. So it is our home page. I'm just going to choose this one. If you see this X, it just means that we're using Dropbox and that this computer is not syncing, probably because it's run out of space, shared space. So I'm just going to go open here. It's going to open that image. And then here it is in the thumbnail. Here it is now in our media library. And what I'm going to do now is actually called SEO. I'm going to give it a title. Electrician, Central Coast, Marimba. I'm not capitalising it because you don't have to. And that's all I'm going to do for this one. I'm going to copy it all. I'm going to select it all and copy it. And then I'm just going to paste that for the description and over here. And then I'm just going to go select. So what I've done is I've selected that as a background image, and I'm going to update this page. Nice and quick update. When I go back to my website and I go reload, the only issue now is that this image is actually very strong. It's a normal full color image. And although it looks great for most things, it doesn't look great as a background image for text. And this is where you get into the whole properties about what does text look like, etc. What I would do here now is we're going to have to make this image wash out. We're going to have to make it a bit more opaque or make some changes to that. So I'll do that in another video. But ideally, we're going to get rid of it because we don't want it. So I'm just going to go remove featured image, update. And all we're going to do now is we're going to focus on the actual text and other aspects. And we'll look at these images later.